Hello, my family. I told you that I was going to keep up with the sales, and then when I found them, I was going to come to you, and today I'm doing just that. I had already told you that right now I had found at Walmart there was bunches of celery for 98 cents a bunch. Currently, their cranberries and everything, they're all still normal price at $1.50 is the average. On a normal circumstance, Aldi's had their cranberries for $1.49 until today. I went to Aldi's. I told you I'm doing my shopping right now. I'm getting our pantries prepared. I'm getting ready for the holidays and stocking. So I'm doing three things at once. Today, I took advantage of a great sale. In the times that we're in today, to me, that was about as good as a sale as I was going to get. Now, maybe at the end of the season, I'm going to keep my eye on it then. But for now, I found Aldi's has Ocean Spray cranberries for 99 cents a bag. Y'all, we are going to process cranberries. I'm going to show you what I'm going to turn this into. Okay, so last year I had about 15 bags of cranberries, and I got them for about the price that they're at now. I couldn't find them no cheaper than that. So I still took advantage of it because, like I said, that's so much better than what today's price is right now at $1.50 a bag. It's crazy. But I'm down to 2 jars, and this is cranberry concentrated juice. And what I do is I will take this concentrated juice, which is 1 pint, add it to a half-gallon container, take a pint of water, equal 1-on-1, add my sugar substitute, and I have a sugar-free cranberry juice. Purely organic, fresh ingredients, and I'm just rendering it down. So we turn this into this. 3 things I love about making my own cranberry juice, and since doing this, honestly, I have not bought the juice from the grocery store since. Number 1, I don't have all that excess amount of sugar that I don't want nor need. I add my own sugar, the kind of sugar that I want, and that again is going to be my substitute. Number 2, I don't have any artificial coloring or anything else in the far as preservatives, because all these juices, they say 100% juice, this or whatever. You will look in the ingredients, and 95% of the time there's going to be other ingredients in it. If you happen to get it where it's purely nothing but cranberries and water, then you got the excessive amount of sugar. So making my own is the best that I can do. It's what I seriously enjoy, and I've honestly, again, I've not bought cranberry juice. There is something about the flavor of this that is amazing. Today's video, I'm going to show you how to make your own cranberry juice. At the same time, in this pot right here, I have chicken broth from our chicken that I roasted yesterday. I had 4 chickens that we roasted, and I got a good stock pot of broth. That's got to get canned up. We are going to use this stock pot to make our cranberry juice. I went and got some more celery to process in the freezer. I have a turkey coming, which means I will have 2 at that point, and I am going to process a turkey at the same time. So I'm staying busy, y'all. Winter's coming. My time in processing and getting this family ready for that winter stocks is coming really quickly. So let me get this situated. We'll get started, and I'm going to show you how to make homemade cranberry juice without all the sugar. This is actually going to be completely sugar-free. All that is in here is nothing but cranberry juice or cranberries and water. I'm also going to tell you also to not discard or throw away that pulp, because I am actually going to be saving that pulp, and I will be doing another video on how to can sugar-free cranberry sauce. Now, I will tell you, this is going to be your kitchen, your rules. This is one of my rules. I do know that I can use Splenda or various type of sucralose to can with. However, because they did not do any updates or any testing on making the cranberry sauce without sugar, the National Food Preservation and my extension office, everybody says, well, they wouldn't do it. There is a recipe that I found, and I am going to can sugar-free cranberry sauce, and naturally I'm going to show you. This one is completely up to you. Now, I do know I told you I do things in a complete safe manner. I continue to do so. This will make a small amount. I am only going to do a certain amount of it, and the rest of my pulp I am actually going to put in my freezer and make it in batches as I go along. So I'm not going to be wasting that pulp. I'm going to absolutely keep it, and I'm going to utilize it because frankly, you can use cranberry sauce all year round if you really wanted to. It's not strictly meant for just the holidays. So let me get the stock pot ready, and we will get ready to show you how to make your own concentrated cranberry juice. Okay, my family, so our next step is you want a good size stock pot. Now, again, I have, I think it was 11, 3, 6, 9, nope, I got a dozen. So we've got a dozen bags here. What I am going to do is I'm going to open all of these, and you can store them in your freezer and still do this frozen. Fresh, frozen, it doesn't matter. What you want to make sure is you have good berries that are not deteriorated. If they are, pull them out. Just like so. Remove all the stems. You're going to strain these anyways, but I like to try and keep these clean. And I want to keep them where there's no really bad cranberries in here. So I'm going to get a strainer and pour them just so I can look through them and then pour them in my stock pot as I go along. Like I said, I just got these, and sometimes even at Aldi's you don't get everything that's perfectly without blemishes or having some bad ones in here, especially lately. Although I love Aldi's because it's an organic store, and what better way of having homemade cranberry juice than using straight fresh. I'm also saving some because I have a Mediterranean chicken dish that I just saw from Mediterranean Dish. She's got an amazing cranberry chicken, y'all. I am fixing to try that this week. So I reserved 1 bag of cranberries just for that recipe. And I'm using my chicken thighs for that, so I can't wait. It's a beautiful fall meal at that point for me and hubby. We're both going more towards Mediterranean, by the way, since we found he's able to tolerate a little more. We are going to up him towards more of having Mediterranean than low carb. Although he's still going to have sugar-free, and he's still going to have to do some things that are low carb. So we're just going to balance it out and make it better where he can have things that he used to didn't been able to, as far as fruits and vegetables. He's going to be able to incorporate more, like cranberries. So now these, I'm just picking through these as I go along, getting the best cranberries I can. Walmart still has theirs at $1.50, y'all, so I have not seen any sales at that point yet. Just at Aldi. So if you're fortunate enough to have an Aldi's near you, go and get to them if you can. So that was 3 bags. We'll see if we can put all of them in this pot. For the most part, there's not a whole lot of bad ones, but you just want to go through them right quick, keep an eye on it, and there's one right there. That's 4. And if I have to, I'm going to turn around and I could get a bigger pot actually. So I may end up doing that. That way I can do all these. Because I want to get as much as I can. I definitely need to put cranberry juice. I'm down to 2 jars. So, and I'm fixing to open this one today because I've been wanting cranberry juice. So I'm technically down to 1. So I'll just get my bigger stock pot. As a matter of fact, that's what we're going to do. So I will be right back because this is filling up fast. And I still got all of these to put in here. So we'll be right back. There we go. Now we got the big one out. So I can put all of these in here. Because my goal was to not reserve this, but to have as much cranberry juice as I possibly can. Or at least the concentrate. And like I said, we're not adding lemons. We're not adding nothing. All we are adding is nothing but cranberries and water. We're not even adding sugar to this. The sugar will be added as we use our drinks. So you can use the sugar of your choice. If you're the type of person using regular sugar, add what you want. If you're using substitute like us, same thing. Just go with what you're comfortable with. There's no rules on that. I'm so excited for this, y'all. You have no idea how long I've waited for this. I kind of reserved my juice because of this reason, waiting for the season to become available for them. So that's why I'm probably going to double it this year. I'm making my first round. But I may do this again just so I can get a double batch because I really went through the cranberry juice. And now I have a grandson who happens to drink my juice as well, so. And when I make this up, I usually don't add sugar to my batch either. I'll put it in my glass as I get a glass of it. So, and this makes really good. If you add this with some tea, oh my goodness, this is amazing. So, I've done that before too. So, there's so many ways you can use that juice. Alright, this one here was not so good. And this one figures, these are the ones I got from Walmart. I really struggle with getting stuff from Walmart these days. That's why I love Aldi's. Aldi's doesn't do this. This one here wasn't such a great bag. Our temps are going to start dropping so you can hear the train a little bit more than we used to. And we are almost done, y'all. Almost. I am so excited. I'm going to get a lot of juice out of this. It's another one of Walmart's bags. Yep. Same thing. Unbelievable. Even the pickings in here are not that great. I got more white colors than I did with the other ones. Now, I don't know how long they're going to have their sales, so take advantage of things when you can, just like I am. And if Walmart happens to get a sale, I'm keeping my eye on it because I'm sure as it gets close to Thanksgiving, they may drop their prices down. So when they do, you know I'll make sure I get a hold of you, because like I said, I want to do another round of these. Sorry, y'all. This batch here, this is a Walmart one, and it just, I don't know. I'll have to watch those bags a little bit closer when I buy them. From them, at least. Alright, we got 2 more bags, and then I'll let you know what we're going to do. Ocean Spray has really pretty ones. And I'm really not getting a whole lot of bad ones out of these. Alright, this is our last bag. Like I said, we've got a dozen, and I have a really big stock pot, y'all. I forget how many quarts this one is. 16, if I'm not mistaken. Then again, it might be smaller than that. All I know is it's a big old pot. I wouldn't actually, I use it for canning. I don't use it for cooking with, because that would have to feed an army for this one. But it sure makes a lot of army for juice. Now, I am going to take this pot to the water. I am going to rinse these out, strain them, and then I'm going to fill this just until the water reaches the tops of the cranberries. So we're going to get little more than half of this pot full of cranberry concentrate. And once I get this full, I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. Alright, y'all. So we have our cranberries are just, now they do float, y'all. So just kind of keep your eye on it when you put them in there. I kind of put pressure on top just so I can get that point. But these are about to the top, and even though they float a little bit. So now all I'm going to do is we're going to turn these on medium high, and I'm going to let this boil until every cranberry pops. We're going to cook this through, pop all these berries, release all of that good, beautiful flavoring into this juice. And once this is finished, we will take and strain this from and separate the pulp from the juice, reserving the pulp for a later date, keeping the juice because we are going to water bath can just the juice from there. This is actually, it's a little bit time consuming, so worth it, but it's super easy, y'all. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do. The other thing I'm getting ready to do, and I will be working with you all on it too, is we are going to be making some homemade sauerkraut. I like to add mustard seed and caraway seeds to mine. I like that extra flavor. The reason I am going to be doing sauerkraut is the best type of sauerkraut you can actually eat would be the refrigerated kind. For some reason, I'm not sure why, but for some reason, we have not had refrigerated in quite some time. Let me bring you one-on-one with you. There, that's better. So we've not had fresh sauerkraut in the refrigerated, not even in the jars, not in the bags. I've not seen this in quite some time. And when it comes to gut healthy sauerkraut, that was the best one. The ones that are in a can, the ones that are in the jars on the shelf, those are not exactly a good product when it comes to gut healthy. So since I can't get the good kind, I'm going to be making our own, and I have a small crock. I'll be storing that in our refrigerator as time goes on, and we'll be eating from it from there. So we are both getting into gut healthy. I am actually getting back to eating my yogurt, my Greek yogurt with active ingredients. I told you in my last video that I am making some changes to be able to maintain and I'm wanting to eat healthier. So the more I learn, the more I'm going to go ahead and present to you, and the more I'm going to do homemade when nothing else is available. So at this point, this will probably be in videos future to come, along with making the cranberry sauce, because we're still in the holidays of preparing foods so that you can have your meals for your holidays. And as far as the chicken broth, well, you guys know I've already done those videos with you, along with the beef bone broth. Those have to be pressure canned, so I am choosing to do that one last. I had just skimmed it. I'm fixing to do another skimming. I'm going to put that back in the refrigerator until I can get the cranberries finished. So this one is super simple, and I'm going to take care of this first. I probably will be doing pressure canning the chicken broth tomorrow, and then I will probably be doing this with you. The cranberry sauce will more than likely be on Monday's video. So we've got a lot to do. We've got quite a few content to bring up to you, and we will do that. Let's get these boiling, get these popping, and I will show you what it looks like when it's just about finished. Okay, y'all, while these are I'm still waiting for this to come up to boil. I thought I'd go ahead. I've told you I'm going to make up a jar of this anyway, so I thought I'd show you how to do this. I have a 1/2 gallon jar, and I have 1 pint of cranberry juice. This is nothing but concentrated cranberry juice. Cranberries from like this and water. There's no sugar, no nothing in here. You can add flavoring if you want. You can add some cinnamon, some clove, all that to give that beautiful fall flavor if you wanted to. You could simmer this and heat it up and then turn around and cool it down to make your juice out of. But this is just the beginning. So I'm going to take my 1 pint into my jar. Now I am going to add a pint of water to this. Equal out portions, and that is my cranberry juice. From here, I'm just going to put my lid on this. Simple as that. Shake this up, and I have cranberry juice. Now again, I can add this and heat it up with some cinnamon, maybe a little bit of clove. I can add my sweetener to this, and or pour it into a glass and then add my sweetener. So I may take some of these that I'm making and spice it up a little bit to have cranberry juice that is spiced up for the holidays. But it's as simple as that, and this is why I love it. 100% natural, no sugars whatsoever. I add my own, no coloring, nothing of the sort. So that's it, y'all. Now we just wait on these, and we'll be right back as soon as this is finished. Okay, y'all, so most all of our berries are popped. I'm just brushing some of the berries that I see that look like they're whole. I'm taking my spoon and I'm kind of crushing them up against the walls here. So after this, we're going to start straining. You're going to want to get a stock pot, a strainer, and a tea towel. One that you're not going to worry about getting stained, because I'm going to tell y'all, this is going to stain it. So we will be back and set up for our next step. I'm just going to finish popping these, and then we will be back. Okay, y'all, so I'm actually going to strain this twice. I'm going to take the pulp from this right now, make it easier on me when I strain it with the cloth. So right now I'm just going to take my pulp. The juice that I get from the bottom of this will actually be poured into my stock pot, and I will strain it again through the cloth at that point. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to keep straining this, and then when we come back, I'm going to go ahead and show you what we're going to do next. It's going to be a late process, and I will be having to get to dinner as well. So I'm going to just go ahead and strain this off, and once I get it strained off, I'm going to show you how to can this, and then it'll be finished. Okay, y'all, so now we're going to take this pot here. We strained out all our pulp. which is going to be in here. And I am going to put this inside of a tea towel like this later. I'm going to go ahead and strain this a second time since I got the bigger chunks out to help it strain a little easier. Back into this big old pot. And what we're doing is we want to get the nothing but the concentrated juice from this, and we want to separate all of our pulp for a later use. So now at this point I've got the huge chunks out. This will be strained again, and now I'm going to strain this to get our fine juice, and we will be back. At this stage, this is like a jelly, so this is why I said we still have some finer pulp. That's where we're going to strain it now through this tea towel, because it's more of a finer webbing than the strainer that I had. So it'll give me more of the pulp separated from the juice. But I wanted you to see that it's still kind of thick here, and we're still working through this. But this is more of a jelly stage now. And it'll end up sitting, that's why I say make sure you get a towel that you do not mind getting stained, y'all, because this will turn pink or purple. Now, we got a long way to strain these through, and it may take a couple hours. So I'm going to go ahead and strain this before we can even start canning it. And at that point, we will be back. Okay, y'all, so at this point I have two different strainers here of our pulp. I'm going to leave these strained for a few hours, and we will probably do the canning part of this tomorrow. So right now I want to try to extract as much of the juice out of this as I possibly can. So we're just going to set these aside. Even if it takes all night, I'm going to set them aside and let these strain. And tomorrow's video, we will do the process of showing you how to can this. So in a way, I'm hoping this is helping you to be able to make your own cranberry sauce. I know this is a process, y'all, and I know it does take time to do this, but in the end, it is absolutely worth it. I promise you. The juice that I am drinking is all natural. It is pure. It is beautiful. It's got a very clean taste, and it's not overbearing with sugar. And it doesn't have artificial flavorings, preservatives, and none of that in it. I actually do not mind doing this, and I always make sure that when I do can cranberry juice that it is enough to make it worthwhile. So until next time, when we do part 2, and sometimes I do have that part 1 and part 2 in my canning, this will be one of them, because we want to strain this, and I have a lot going on here, and it's just too much to keep working with it. So until part 2, much love to each and every one of you from Parton's Heritage Homestead.